Here's help. Whatever your calendar age, your body is never more than 100 days old. Now is the time to stop growing older by looking at the calendar. No matter how old you are according to your calendar, your body can never be more than 100 days old. So said no less an authority on aging than Dr. Frederick Schwartz, chairman of the American Medical Association's Committee on Aging. Specifically, Dr. Schwartz stated that medical research has shown that no disease entities are due to the passage of time. Then Dr. Schwartz said that no matter what a person's chronological age, most of his body cells are anywhere from a few days to 100 days old at any given time, because cells die and regenerate again and again. You will learn in the next chapter that every minute 3 billion brand new, live, vital cells replace your dead discarded cells to build a new you. Dr. Schwartz states that all of your body cells are replaced within a 100 days and that most are replaced much sooner. So, you start building a new you minute by minute and have a completely new you in 100 days. The psychological application of this astonishing but medically proven scientific fact is described in the next chapter, and I urge you to study it in the light of the medical opinion of the distinguished chairman of the American Medical Association's Committee on Aging. Concerning the infirmities usually associated with aging, Dr. Schwartz stated, "The impact of time on the human body is not important, but the impact of environment is. Your environment is mental as well as physical." He further said that many of the physical and mental infirmities commonly associated with growing old are the result of the absence of good physical and mental exercise programs in the daily routines of senior citizens. The kind and amount of daily physical exercise should have the approval of your physician. My own daily exercise of weight lifting, dynamic tension, isometric contraction, calisthenics and karate practice are a continuation of a lifetime of athletics and exercise, and while this demonstrates that reasonably strenuous daily exercise can be continued for many years, your doctor's prescription for moderate daily exercise will be quite adequate for maintaining physical fitness for a long and healthy life. You will note that Dr. Schwartz also stated that mental infirmities commonly associated with growing old are the result of the absence of daily mental exercise. The principal cause of infirmity in the elderly is not the contraction of their arteries but the contraction of their interests. Many old people discard their interests as they discard the months on their calendars. So, one after another, their interests are tossed into the waste basket of the past. The elderly contract and limit their interests to thoughts, places, events and people directly associated with themselves. Increasingly, their interests contract to include only themselves and their ebbing needs and the few people who fill those needs. Finally, they relinquish all interest. It is nature's preparation for death. However, in the hopeful event that you are not preparing to die, but to live, not just exist, but live, then you simply reverse the foregoing process. You do not contract and limit your interests. You maintain and expand your interests in thoughts, ideas, places, events, activities, and people. And you do this beginning now, whatever your present age. It is never too soon or too late to start. The time to start exercising your mind is now. In fact, you are making a good start by reading this book. By actually using your mind to achieve the mind power objectives of this book, you will stimulate your mind. You will discipline your mind. You will generate terrific mental power, and you will unleash goal-achieving mental powers which you did not even know existed. Add to this the constant expanding of your interests in thoughts, ideas, plays, events, activities and people, and you will think young. That is the magic fountain of youth. Think young. And live young. If you would live long, then live young. You do not have to retire to a rocking chair. You can retire to a new and different career. Or you can retire to extend your established career, but in a manner compatible to your retirement lifestyle and, best of all, at your own serene, leisurely pace. Back in the earlier days of our country, when being a millionaire was considered being very wealthy, there was a man named Vanderbilt who owned 12 miles of railroad, which was quite a lot of railroad then. This man, Vanderbilt, was 70 years old, so being past retirement age, he had a lot of time on his hands. He wanted to keep active and interested during his old age, so he kept busy by increasing the miles of his railroad. In fact, Vanderbilt devoted his retirement to increasing his railroad from 12 miles to 10,000 miles and earned a retirement income of more than $100 million, which made him richer in his day than practically anybody. This just goes to show that it pays to do something useful in your senior years. Your senior years present you with a golden opportunity and an exciting challenge to show how senior you really are. There are all kinds of interesting and useful things you can do in your old age. Toscanini conducted great symphonies when he was 85. Edison was still inventing things when he was 84. Ben Franklin kept interested and busy by helping write the Constitution of the United States when he was 80. Justice Holmes was still writing Supreme Court decisions when he was 90. Andrew Mellon was still the nation's leading financier at 82. Kant wrote some of his greatest philosophical works after he was 70. Monet was still painting magnificent pictures when he was 86. Gautier wrote the second part of Faust when he was 80. If none of those senior citizen occupational therapies appeals to you, then choose your own retirement career. Remember, people do not die because they work too hard. They die because they realize that their lives are ebbing away in a meaningless existence. The calendar does not determine either your health or the length of your life or your enthusiasm for living it. Your thoughts do that. So, whatever your age, think young and live young.